everybody. It's Saturday night. Welcome to the Jonathan Walsh Show, and I'm excited to show you who's in the green this evening. What a lineup we've got for you tonight. From the X Factor, we have my three favourite judges. You've just seen them at work. It's Gary Barlow, Louis Walsh, and Nicole Scherzinger, ladies and gentlemen. Gorgeous. One of them, gorgeous. Between them, they've made more people cry than the onion, waxing and nipple clamp industries put together. Sticking with music, we have Britain's biggest selling tenor. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Mr. Alfie Boe. Hey, Alfie, how are you? Looking good? Also on the show, he co-wrote The Office, he co-wrote and starred in Extras. He's a stand-up, basically he's 6'7" of funny. It's Mr. Stephen Merchant, ladies and gentlemen. 6'7" of funny. And I can see from that reaction, you like them tall and skinny. Well, we've got tall and skinny for you. She's the supermodel, the queen of the catwalk. Naomi Campbell is here, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, look at Naomi. Oh, Naomi, you look beautiful, of course. Lovely to have you here. And we also have music tonight, some great music to end the show from one of the most exciting young talents on the planet. Ladies and gentlemen, Laura Mvula. And you look great as well. How lovely to have you here. That's a packed show. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get my next guest right out. He went from cleaning cars to a multi-platinum selling music career in the blink of an eye. It is our very own Mr. Alfie Boe, ladies and gentlemen. How are you, Alfie? Looking good?
I'm good, thank you, yeah.
You know, what a remarkable story. So you're working lecture, you're just a regular guy, and suddenly you have a big career in opera.
Yeah, yeah.
But you weren't actually an opera fan, were you? Is that right?
No, I wasn't, no.
So how does that happen, then? How does someone who isn't really into opera become an opera star?
My father used to play a lot of different types of music around the house. So I grew up listening to opera, to blues, to rock and roll, to country music and all that. So I just discovered that opera was the way that my voice should go. And
so you had the right voice for it.
Yeah.
So who told you that? How did you know that? You just found you were more comfortable singing that, or other people said that you should sing that?
Well, I started, around the house, I started impersonating people like Pavarotti, which is pretty stupid, because he's good, and I wasn't.
How old were you then?
14.
But you weren't a big fella.
No,
you
I wasn't massive. No. But I could sing high notes pretty loud.
I can't imagine there were that many 14-year-olds in Lancashire running around imitating Pavarotti at 14.
No, I know. Well, I didn't tell anyone because I'd have my face smashed in.
OK, so now you have the family, the kids, and do they like listening to you? Do they find Dad's opera singing, or would they rather listen to more?
My little girl says it's too loud. She always says, like, stop singing, Daddy, you're making a fool of yourself, it's too loud, you know? And the school that she's going to has asked me to sing at their Christmas Carol concert, you know. But my daughter won't let me. She said it's too embarrassing.
How old is she?
She's 5 now.
Well, that's the age when Daddy's so embarrassing. Now, you've got a new album out, and this album is an opera, so I'm assuming this is the kind of music you would listen to, is that right?
Yeah, well, I've had the fortunate chances of singing with some fantastic people in my career. I've sung with Bryn Terfel, Jose Carreras, Renee Fleming, you know, Robert Plant, Alice Cooper,
wow.
Bruce Dickinson from Iron Maiden. It's like I've had all these chances.
That's an eclectic group.
It is, yeah, but I don't see any difference between them. You know, I could give you an example of the styles of singing. I don't change the way I sing in any particular way.
OK, so say you were singing a Led Zepp song.
Yeah.
Would you not have to sing that differently to singing a piece of opera?
No, I could. No, I can demonstrate if you want.
Well, let's have a little time. Yeah, that would be nice.
I could... Well, for example, if you're singing like the last notes of Nessun Dorma, you know, the big Vincero.
Oh, I know those last few notes, don't we all? I think we've all been there in the shower.
Well, the last big note is that's the sort of place you would sing like the start of Rock and Roll by Led Zeppelin.
Could we have the start of Rock and Roll by Led Zeppelin?
OK. It's been a long time since I rock and roll.
Wow. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. And let's hear, could we hear a little bit of Nessun Dorma? So remember, this is the same thing.
All'alba vincerò, vincerò.
Although, I have to say this, Daddy, that was a bit too loud.
Was it a bit loud?
That is loud, though. I mean, man, I'm sitting, that was pretty loud over there. But my ears were ringing, so in the car, that must drive your kid nuts.
It does, yeah. It's usually in the car, I get told to shut up.
Hey, I really enjoyed the album. I was listening to it. I got sent a
you.
copy of the release, and some of my favourite tracks are on this.
Well, it's talking about performing with people as well. I mean, the band themselves on this album were incredible. I mean, I got to do all these tracks with Booker T from
Booker T from Booker T and the MGs is on this album.
Yeah,
Wow, that must be so exciting for you.
It was incredible. Great guys.
We got a little bit of ET. The album's Trust by Alfie Boe. It's out November the 11th. It's got some fabulous tracks on it. Here's a little taste of one.
Winter, spring, summer, or fall, all you gotta do is call, and I'll be there. You got a friend.
That's nice driving music right there. So I guess people got to know you best when you were performing in Les Miserables.
Yeah.
And then the movie
The
came
movie
out.
that I wasn't in, yeah.
Well, that's the thing. But this happens a lot, doesn't it? You have someone who makes a role their own on stage, and they often don't get cast in the film because they want a movie star name.
Whoa, that's a terrible picture.
That's what Louis Walsh looks like in the morning. Did you audition for the movie?
I did, yeah. I auditioned for it, and my audition was about 2.5 hours long.
Wow.
So I sang the whole of the show, did the dialogue and all that sort of business. But then I was walking out of the room, and I said to the guy that was going in after me, I said, "Good luck, mate. You know, it's all the best." And it's Hugh Jackman. So I thought, yeah, that was a waste of 2.5 hours, wasn't it, really?
Well, you never know for sure. But I mean, having said that, you know, he was, bearing much Hugh Jackman, he was good in the role as well.
Yeah,
Have you seen the movie? Did you go and see it?
Yeah, I did, actually. No, Hugh Jackman was great in it, yeah.
So when you first came along...
I wasn't bitter at all about losing out to Hugh Jackman.
No. Well,
I'm not getting into the movies, because, you know, I can sleep at night still, I'm all right.
But if you're going to lose out...
I didn't hate him, you know, it wasn't a big problem at all.
So
it wasn't a big deal, OK?
You still watch the Wolverine movies occasionally? But
I'm auditioning for that.
If you are going to lose out to someone, lose out to Hugh Jackman.
Exactly.
I never saw Les Mis live. Everyone used to cry in the audience. There was always a big reaction on that. Was there
the
a
movie's
point...
good. Sorry, I'm sorry.
Was there a point where you knew you had the crowd? Was there always a certain point in the music itself when you knew you had them?
Getting past the last note of Bring Him Home was always a bit of a milestone for me. So when I did it in front of like 20,000 people at the O2, that was the telling point.
Could we have a little bit of that song?
Of Les Miserables?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want. Yeah.
And could you do that thing at the end where you schnick and your claws come out? Because that's what people like about that musical.
You're a bastard. You can take, you can give, let him be, let him live. If I die, let me die, let him live. Bring him home, bring him home, bring him home.
incredible, wasn't it? Let's see if we finally manage to make Gary cry. Gary, any emotion? Yes! Yes! I knew you could do it. Hey, it was great having you here and great hearing you sing. Ladies and gentlemen, the fabulous Mr. Alfie Boe. Thank you, Alfie. That was great. Thank you so much.